Hey everybody, welcome back to Castle Farms Homestead. So glad you're here. I am finally going to get back on the fence project around the front of the fifth wheel. So since I was last showing you the fence project, it got dark on me. I had to stop. Since then, a lot going on. Haven't been able to get back to it. You did see us get finished with the hoop house, the sidewalls. That looks awesome now. So excited about that. That is great. If you haven't seen that, go back, look at the last video on the hoop house, and you'll see us put the roll-up sides on. It really looks nice, and that's really going to help the ventilation in that. But now, I'm going to get back on this fence project. Want to get that done so that this area is enclosed, and we can bring Bobby and the dogs can come out too, and we can feel safe that if we let them out to go to the bathroom, they're not going to run off somewhere and all that. So when we left it, we had the holes dug, and we're putting up fence posts. We have these 3 fence posts put in, that one, this one, and that one. We've got the level line pulled, and so now we need to get back to installing more fence posts. I think I've got 8 more to do. Unfortunately, since time has gone by, we've had a lot of dirt fill in our holes, especially these close to the fifth wheel. And I don't know if it is still that way or not, but this one over here, oh geez, these over here, I don't know if this one is still the way it was yet. This one filled totally up with dirt and water. It actually was just standing water in there as well. You can see it's still muddy now. So I've got a bunch of holes that I've got to get cleaned out before I can put those posts up. I figure I might as well get busy with the muddy one first. Oh, that's going to be fun. Sticking to the shovel. At least it's soft. Not having to go through hard pan. So shouldn't be too bad. It's all sticking. Okay, since I've got the holes generally dug out, since I'm working on these 3 posts right now with the string, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw those in the hole, make sure that they're deep enough. If they're plenty deep, it's okay, I can put more dirt in to fill them up, but we'll stick those in. Yeah, so I'm good on that one. Good on that one. And way good on that one. So, all right, now just like before, I'm going to put dirt in them and bring them up to where they're just a 1/4 inch underneath the string line and on the same distance back on the string line, so everything's lined up perfectly, the right height. We'll be good to go. There you go. That one's looking good. On to the next one. Well, I just got back. We just got back from being in town, and I'm just taking a little walk through our potatoes and checking the flowers, and look what I found. A potato popping out of there. Gonna cover that baby back up. I know they're growing. We got flowers growing all over the place. That means they're putting out tubers. Looking forward to harvest day. Okay guys, it is time to get back on this fence build. It feels like this project is taking forever. It seems like every time I get to work on it, get a short amount of time, get a little bit done, then have to wait a day or two to even get back to it again. But gonna get back on it now today. Hopefully we're going to get some of these panels in here so it'll start to look like a fence. But hey, if it's taking us a little time, that's okay, because what's our motto? One step closer, right? I do a little bit now, I'm getting one step closer to our goal. So let's get back on it. Let's get these panels up, get this fence finished. These panels really should be pretty easy to do. And right now, to be honest, I still have posts that I could be putting down. I've got posts on that side and posts on this side behind you. But I got to be honest, these things have been sitting here so long, I am getting anxious to see what the fence is going to look like. And I suppose you guys would like to see it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these panels on this side, except for the gate here. And at least it'll start to look like a fence. So like I said, these panels are going to be pretty easy. If you remember ages ago when I showed the drawing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just measure across here. I'll take and cut then a pressure treated 2x4. I'm using pressure treated just to keep the same tone of wood throughout the whole fence. I wouldn't have to otherwise. I could use just a regular piece of 2x4, paint it or stain it or something to help protect it. So I'm going to do a 2x4 across the top like this, and I'm going to do a 2x4 across the bottom down here. Then I'm going to do 2x2s and put them between the 2x4s here. And that's going to create that frame. And then within that frame, we'll have the wire fencing, and I think it'll look pretty sharp. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I got my first piece cut, and well, I think we got to make sure it fits. That would be a good idea. Oh, like a glove. Love it. Now you getting the idea? Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to have this down about 2 inches from the top. So I'm going to make a couple marks at 2 inches. And I'm also going to try the level and make sure it's right on, but we'll start by putting a couple marks on there. Also, I'm working with wood that is slightly warped, twisted. Oh my goodness, that is right on. Perfect. I'm going to use a tapered bit with an inset, so that when I'll pre-drill the hole, and that will give me a space for that screw to go on without splitting the end of the wood. And with that inset there, that recess, then the head of the screw will set in there and won't be sticking out. I'm also going to put at least one screw in from the bottom so it's not exposed to the elements. I think I'm going to have to put a second one in on the side to hold it for sure, but we'll do the first one in from the bottom. Okay, I've got the top and the bottom piece in. Went fairly smoothly. I couldn't put a screw in from the bottom of this bottom piece, obviously. No space, so they had to both be on the side, but that's okay. So now we need to put in these side pieces to finish off the frame. You can see how that fits in there. And I'm just gonna, again, pre-drill. Allow for recess of the head of the screw. And one in the middle. Very good. Now let's screw those in. And just do the same on the other side. We'll have our frame done. Okay, the framework is done. And the next thing to do is to put the metal fence on it. So as you can see here, the fence is about the same height, if not even a little bit taller than that rail. But that's okay, because what I'm going to do is the rail down there on the bottom is off the ground, and I'm actually going to dig out along the bottom of that for the fence to sit down in the ground just a little bit. And then I'll staple the piece onto the frame, and that section will be done. I think you'll like it. So I've got my panel cut for here, and if I just put it right on the ground, it is right about at the top of this rail. I want it to be down a little way so there's space enough for me to staple this on there. And plus, if it goes into the ground a little bit, that just adds a little bit of protection from any kind of critter trying to come in under the fence. So I'm going to dig out a little trench all the way down the edge, set this in there, see how it fits. Now I can adjust it just to the right height that I want it. Staple that in along the top, all along the bottom. She'll be done. Well, it's another day. And if you remember, since it was just a second for you, I was just getting ready to put on the wire fencing when I realized that I didn't have the staple gun that I needed to do the job. It was in the truck and Brady was gone with it. So I had to wait. So another day. So this morning I got the gun, but the batteries were dead. So I had to charge the batteries. Well, I figured since I'm charging the batteries, I'm going to go ahead and finish off putting the rails on all of these in the front here. So those are done. You didn't need to see that anyway, right? And we're going to get on to putting the fence on, the actual wire fence. So let's do it. Jeez, that was terrible. Because I dug a little trench below these railings, it allows me to be able to adjust the height of this fencing to put it where I want. So I'm going to drop it down so it's just about 3/4 of an inch below the top here. And then I'm going to use this nailer to secure it on there. I love this nailer. I got it when I was doing some other projects before, and I was using a hand stapler, and that was taking forever and was actually kind of exhausting. So then I got this, and it was like so easy. I got a loose one here, so I'm going to go ahead and just staple that down on there too. Just try to keep that consistent height all along. There we go. Now I'll just backfill the dirt on there and that panel will be done. What do you think? I think it looks real nice. I think we'll keep going and get the rest of them done now. That's awesome. Well, there you go. We've got all 4 of those panels completed. Wire is on. And I think from the front, it looks really nice with it all framed out like that. What do you think? I think it's a winner. Now I need to do the 2 sides, just like the front here. On that side over there, if you remember from my drawings earlier, that we're going to be putting a gate in over here as well between those 2 posts. So once I get the fence done, then we'll work on the 2 different gates. Since I'm going to be setting more posts, let me show you what I found. Woohoo! It is a post and pipe level. I forgot I even had this. I was looking for the staple gun and saw that, and I'm like, ah! I wouldn't have had to keep taking that torpedo level and moving around, moving around, moving around. You strap this onto the post, boom, and then you got your level both directions. Sweet. This will go much better now. Okay, I've been working on this other side down here. Got the rails on that end, I got the posts in, and I got the rails in on that one side. And I've been working with some wood that is not in the best of shape. It is twisted and let me show you what I'm doing. So these are the 2x4s that I'm left right now to work with. We've got the arch 2x4. That should be great. Yeah. We've got this one that is torqued like crazy, as well as kind of arched. And I've got this one again that is just, I mean, and all my leftover scraps are the same way. They're twisted and torqued and doing all kinds of funky stuff. So I was going to try to just work with it and get it done, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I realize that it doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't want it to be a sloppy mess either. So even though I really wanted to try to get the stuff done, I think I'll go ahead and put the wire in that panel there, but the rest of the fence I'm gonna have to get me some other lumber to finish, because I can't just bring myself to do that. It's too ugly. So I'm gonna let you go now for now. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and go ahead and like our video and comment. Let me know what you think about this fence. And the other thing is, let me know what I should do inside this little yard area. So, hey, till next time, we'll see ya on Castle Farms Homestead.